Hi there, my name is Consuelo Frederick, and I'm a resident of the Roseland West Pullman neighborhood here in the city of Chicago. My family has lived in this neighborhood for over 45 years. Recently, through a partnership with Faith in Place, an organization which has as its motto, Faithful People Caring for the Environment, I worked to connect folks from the city with Rehoboth Mennonite Church in rural Pembroke, Illinois. I have a passion for backyard gardening, growing healthy and nutritious food, and creating an awareness of knowing what we put in our bodies. Truly, we are what we eat. I believe that healthy individuals make healthy communities. I have taught gardening at the Trinity United Church of Christ, Children's Defense Fund, Freedom School, and an environmental food justice curriculum through an intergenerational outreach of a collective of 12 churches. The Corner Store initiative I have in mind introduces healthy food options in a community here, Roseland, where the children 30% of the children live in poverty. The average household income is $32,000. The area has been identified by the U.S. Department of Agriculture as low income with low food access. Locally, the Greater Chicago Food Depository has identified Greater Roseland with a 22 to 30% food insecurity rate, which means that it has limited access to nutritious food and limited education on healthy eating and farm to table eating. People with limited means will eat what they can afford, not what is healthy and nutritious for them. Thus, we have many health disparities. Without the right food, it's difficult to make right food decisions. Academic achievement and healthy functioning families are also at risk. Integral to this vision is a faith-based workforce development component which starts with providing service learning opportunities for primary grades to college grades, P through 20, and extending to adult learners. Here, the workforce skills are many, representing those involved in the food supply chain to home improvement and renovation. Another target audience that comes to mind are seniors and grandparents looking to leave a legacy. The partnership with this team, the Pembroke Family Farmers and the Pembroke Hopkins Park Community Development Corporation, is ideal for educating all on local food systems. In the next year, we hope to involve community members in developing and distributing value-added blueberry products from a corner store in Roseland. Thank you very much. Bye.
The Rehoboth Mennonite Church Blueberry Farm is located in rural Kankakee County just south of Chicago. The church is one of the oldest African American Mennonite churches in the country, and free black farmers in the area have been growing food together since the 1830s. As in many rural communities, young people here tend to leave the area to find work elsewhere. The Pembroke Family Farmers, a cooperative of local producers, along with the recently incorporated Community Development Corporation, are eager to develop pathways for young people to make a living producing food. In 2018, Faith in Place provided a grant which supported the church's blueberry patch to be improved in order to produce blueberries commercially. Each July, Rehoboth Church hosts a blueberry festival to celebrate community and invite everyone to pick blueberries and enjoy fellowship. This year, the festival doubled the number of attendees from previous years because of the partnership with Faith in Place. The Blueberry Festival planning is how our Gamechangers team formed. Johari and Carolyn had organized it for years, and in 2018, Consuelo and I joined the team.
Okay, introductions.
So I'm Johari Kweli, and I am the owner and operator of Yellow Farms, where the only ingredient is love. And I've been here in Pembroke Township for 27 years now, and we own and operate an organic farm. We have eggs, we have poultry, we have also wonderful different variety of vegetables, including mints and greens, and what's coming along now are peas and tomatoes. So a wonderful display of different.
In addition to Johari's extensive farming experience, she's a partner with C&T Smith LP, the company focusing on restoring food integrity and safety in today's food system. She holds an MBA in Sustainability Management, a BS in Microbiology and Genetics, Serve Safe Manager training, Produce Safety Alliance training, and Microsoft Certified training. She's also on the board of the Community Development Corporation of Pembroke Township. She's the chair of the Blueberry Farm Advisory Board, and she's the program director for Pembroke Family Farming Associates, co-chair of the Illinois Farm and Job Council, and on the board of directors for both the Organic Farming Research Foundation and the Center for Whole Communities from 2007 to 2014. In addition to training people to get their farms and food businesses to be compliant with the new Food Safety Modernization Act, she co-wrote the farm safety plan for the Blueberry Farm and trained the farm managers. She also cooked a fantastic plant-based local menu for the festival. I'm Karen Lemke, a writer, educator, and food activist living in the suburbs of Chicago. I wrote my doctoral dissertation about inclusive curriculum development for sustainable food system education. 10 years ago, I co-founded a local food coalition, and I work with food policy councils to develop supports for more producers and consumers of local food, such as purchasing farmland, developing regional food hubs, and educational programming for farmer incubation, nutrition, and cooking. My activity with the Chicago Food Policy Action Council and Good Food Purchasing Plan implementation connected me with Carolyn and Johari, and I volunteered to co-chair the festival planning with Consuelo. I'm also a partner with C&T Smith LP. Consuelo and I hatched a plan to bring together people from the Faith and Place Eco Ambassadors Youth Group, Johari's Youth Conservation Corps, plus students from Carolyn's workshops. We want to bring all of these people together to develop skills and business plans over the winter so they may be vendors of blueberry and other local food products at next year's festival, developing their own pop-up businesses and ministry. Here's where the Gamechangers Laboratory comes in. The four of us are already teaching workshops on food safety, food preservation, and business development. The Gamechangers Lab seed money will provide scholarship support for monthly Rooted and Growing workshops October 19th through March 20th. It is important that these young people who want to get into value-added food production are able to access the education they need without breaking the bank. They also need to be able to be making money in the months that they are preparing their business plan, so we will support these entrepreneurs with selling products at the Faith and Place Winter Farmers Markets. The $25,000 will also support microgrants of $50 to $150 to cover startup expenses as these entrepreneurs navigate their business launch. Our team knows a lot about developing these food businesses, but the Gamechangers Laboratory model of advisors and technical support will enable us to refine our process and share it with other food leaders at the pitch event at the NGFN. We will use the New Orleans event as a celebration. We'll rent an entire Amtrak train car to take our students first class. All conversations about sustainable food system development are overshadowed by threats from climate change. In the planning for this year's blueberry crop, heavy rains, flooding, and over 100-degree heat slowed down the pruning of the bushes, building the berries, sorting area, and digging the well. We already do a lot of improvising, adapting, and overcoming in order to survive, and we need young people to have the skills and resources to lead the new food economy. Young people are sometimes excluded from meaningfully participating in building the new food economy, as we saw even in our own programming this year. Attending a conference means nothing if it does not result in enhanced relationships among participants and new information being integrated into existing practice. Young people have told us they're afraid to have children, that they do not know how they will navigate the future as we are already experiencing climate disruption. The work that we do in the next 18 months shapes the trajectory of their lives, hopefully providing stability for families and individuals to not only survive but thrive. Our approach is of 1, working with faith-based groups in and across rural and urban communities. 2, developing a food integrity curriculum, tying all aspects of the food system to scientific best practices for food safety rooted in communities of color. And 3, developing cohort relationships which weather the literal and metaphorical storms of food production, give our model strength for our unique circumstances of disinvestment in communities of color, of alienation produced by globalized food, and of diets which have been shaped by commercial profit rather than human health. We'll provide a test case for other entities to develop similar programming. Participation in Gamechangers Lab gives us the opportunity to showcase our work and refine our model. Thank you for considering our application.